Alright, here we go. We're going to do some mushroom risotto with a cast iron skillet chicken breast. And now I got it on high heat. I'm going to get the pan coated. I'm just going to start my mushrooms. Nothing crazy. I got some asparagus in the oven. And we want to get some chicken stock brewing. Good and hot. Got some baby bella mushrooms already washed. I'm not cooking these all the way down. I'm just trying to extract a little bit of the earthy flavor from them at the moment. Season it up with some garlic salt. Black pepper. Regular salt, just a touch, because remember you've got that garlic salt already in there. A little bit of basil. Thyme, and some rosemary. Not that much. Alright, that's smelling good. I'm going to lower the heat just so I don't burn myself. I'm going to get that into my chicken stock. And I'm going to let those kind of cook down in my stock. I'm going to load my oil back up here a little bit. Add in some rice. But before I add in the rice, I want to make sure that my stock back here is actually nice and hot, because I'm going to need it almost boiling. Got the Aborrio Rice. I don't measure. And we're going to season it. It's messed up. It's worse than the way I had it before. pepper, salt, basil, garlic salt, rosemary. I like to crush that as I put that in there. Thyme. And we got to get that moving. We're looking to toast the rice. Before we add our stock to it. Now, most recipes are going to call for some white wine in the risotto before the stock. I don't know. I've never done that. I think the first time I went to make it, I just didn't have any. And decided I didn't need it. So, if you want to add your white wine in there, by all means. I'm just not going to do it. Alright, that's good and toasted. And our stock is hot. So the first time I ladle in, I'm going to get 2 in there, 2 ladles, and I'm going to dip to try to get as little of the mushroom in there as I can. Actually, I'm going to do a third here. Now here's why a lot of people don't want to make risotto. It's a ton of work from here. It's not difficult. You just have to be mindful and keep stirring. So now I've got my heat. I've moved it from high to about medium. So my stock doesn't burn out all the way. You want to make sure that it's high enough to where it's cooking, but not so low that you're not releasing the starches. So I'm going to get that kind of doing its thing. Basically it takes about, what's up, son? Hooray! No ice cream, rice. Go check and make sure my cast iron is hot. Alright. That oil's looking good. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. I don't want it super, super hot for my chicken. I don't want to char the outside. It's not like a steak where I want it super seared and then still juicy on the middle. I need it to. So for my chicken was on sale. I've got some boneless, skinless chicken breasts over here. We're gonna get working with these guys right here. These are pretty thick. They're gonna take a little bit of time to cook up. I'm not gonna go too crazy with them. We're gonna do some pepper. We're going to do some garlic salt. Excuse me while I ladle in some stock. And make sure not to forget about my rice. Do a little bit of rosemary. And my basil. I'm gonna go check and make sure my cast iron is hot. So we're gonna add our chicken seasoned side down, and I'm gonna lay it away from it. Now that that's in there, I'll be able to put some seasonings over on the side. Try not to get it in the oil itself. I don't want it just cooking on its own. Oops, maybe a little too much basil. Not the end of Gonna add some onion to my chicken. Nothing crazy. I actually don't care for a lot of onion. So if you do, add more. But just want to get a little bit of that onion flavor on there. It'll play well off of the mushroom once we have that all together and serve it together. That's about all I'm going to do. Just like that. And that's going straight into my cast iron with my chicken. These chicken breasts are bigger than I normally would cook. But so to make sure that they cook all the way through nice and evenly, I'm going to get them in the oven. I've already got the oven at 350 anyway because I'm doing some asparagus in there. So, and we're in the cast iron, so we're good to go. We'll see that in a minute. Some asparagus going too in the oven. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of salt and pepper. I laid down some bacon for it to cook with. I didn't put any olive oil on it. I'm just kind of coating it in that bacon fat. It's almost done. Bacon might be a little bit longer before it's done, but the asparagus is just about done. I'm going to put it back in for just a couple of minutes. Definitely almost there on the risotto. I'm going to give it a little bit of taste, and then it might be ready for still a little crunchy, which is kind of what I was expecting, but we'll be there in a few minutes. At this time, I'm already getting the mushrooms in there. Cook with the rice. Pretty awesome. Almost done. Alright, we're definitely almost there on the risotto. You can see it's nice and fluffy. Not gummy, not sticking to each other. It's not mushy yet. We don't want to get it mushy, but it's not quite all the way soft. We're going to go ahead and finish it off with the rest of our broth. We're not going to need to add any more broth. We're going to be good to go after this. Got a little splash there. And we're going to cook that down. That's going to take it from just underdone to just perfect. We're going to add a couple of things here. Nothing crazy. We're going to add some butter. About maybe a pat or two of butter. We're going to add a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese. Not too much. If you add too much Parmesan cheese at this point, you're going to take a nice fluffy risotto and you're going to turn it gummy. It'll still taste pretty good, but the texture will be weird. You don't want to do that. So a little bit of butter. bit of that shaved Parmesan. Don't go crazy. You can always put a little more when you plate as a topping, or just have it on the side. The risotto will still be hot, it'll still melt into it. But again, if you go and you put too much at this point, you're just going to gum it up. You're going to be really unhappy because you're tired, you're sweating, you've been stirring for 20-30 minutes, and you just took your delicious risotto and mucked it up. But don't do it. And at this point, if you wanted to serve it here where it's a little bit soupy, it's really going to be up to you. I like it a little bit more firm, so it doesn't move on my plate. But if you're going to put it in a bowl, and this is how you like it, if this is the consistency you like it, there's nothing wrong with serving it here. But I'm going to keep stirring for about another 45 seconds, and you'll see a lot of this moisture just kind of go away. You got all that nice starch coating our pan. That's pretty dang perfect. Alright, we got a few more minutes on our chicken. So I'm going to put this as low as I can get the heat. Come back and give it a stir every now and again. Probably cover it. But we're good to go there. I'll see you for plating. You can see I did go ahead and cover that rice just because it's going to be probably another 7 or 8 minutes before my chicken is done. I want to keep it warm, but I don't want it to overcook. So it's on the lowest setting and I've got it covered. My asparagus is looking really good. My bacon is looking good. Some of them didn't really cook up the way I wanted to, but hey, whatever. I wasn't actually looking to serve the bacon. If you do, cook it to your liking. I just wanted to get that bacon flavor on the asparagus. Give my chicken and my onions a little bit of a stir. Got some good color on there. Does look like I need to bring up the heat just a little bit on the stove, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I went ahead and added some of the bacon that didn't cook all the way down, get some of that bacon flavor all the way throughout. And if you notice, the wife came through and took a few bites of the rice. She couldn't hang on anymore, so that's a good sign when people can't wait for your food to be finished before they start eating it. Before I put it back in, I'm going to go ahead and just give it a quick temp check. And about 10 degrees to go on that one. About 20 degrees to go on that one. Heat's definitely coming up. About another 5 or 6 minutes. Chicken should be done. We're going to pull it out. I got my stove going just in case. Looks good. We're going to put the temp, we're going to put that thermometer on there. Looking for a minimum 165. 168. We're cooked. We're good. Ooh, this was a little over, 170. And another 170. So we should be good to go. Let's cut them open. See how they look. Look at that. Not dry. Cooked all the way through. No pink, so my dad's not going to send it back. we go. Beautiful. Still steaming. That's ready to serve. I'll see you for plating. So here I've got our mushroom risotto topped with our parmesan, our cast iron seared chicken roasted off in the oven, and our bacon asparagus. Time to dig in.